interesting episode on Eve's Desire by Tiwa Says. And today I have two guests in the house with me. To my right I have
Passing Precious.
And to my left I have Emmanuel. I'm sure you must be familiar with him from my last video. Emmanuel, say hi.
Hi everyone.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about a very controversial topic, so to say. We're going to be talking about the different types of relationships and how they affect the primary relationship. So we all would agree that relationships these days is not for the weak. And today we're going to be talking about how the other forms of ships affect the primary relationship. And we're going to be starting with situationship. So what's your take on that?
When they talk about situationship, my own definition is two people coming together, not knowing what they're doing. Yes, because I mean, it feels like wasting each other's time.
Okay.
So why are you in an undefined relationship if it's not wasting your partner's time or your time? So I don't go with it.
Okay. Emmanuel, what would you say?
Well, you're a bit wrong.
Okay.
I wouldn't say they're wasting each other's time, because I believe there's this thing called different strokes for different folks, right? To each their own. The fact that it doesn't make sense to you doesn't mean it doesn't make sense to them, right? People can come together, like you said, and be involved romantically or sexually, and maybe it's just what works for them and it's just what they want at the time. Because it depends, really. It depends on the people involved. Listen, some people actually, there's no just one reason why people go into situationships, right? Some people go into it because maybe they're just trying to escape life for a bit, and some go into it because of just the short period of pleasure they get from it. And for other times it could just be just to have fun, basically, just to have fun. So when you say it doesn't make sense, I'm not going to agree with that.
It doesn't make sense to me, because I just feel like you're wasting too much time. You should be in a defined relationship. You can't be in a relationship where you don't know what you are doing because you say you're having fun. If you're having fun, okay, maybe it could just be once, it's fine. But when you keep doing it over and over again, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's just my own opinion.
And what if people go into situationships because of trauma? Like, because when they were in an actual relationship, listen, when you were in an actual relationship, probably they got burnt or they got traumatized or they got heartbroken, and they don't want to go down that route anymore. And they just want to, since I got burnt with this person, I'm not going to trust. I'm not going to go so deep with anybody like that anymore. I just want to do this thing surface level. Let me just have my phone. Let you know you're just going to have your phone, and that's just it.
But when you're going through trauma, you're supposed to heal from it. Right?
Word.
So how long do you want to keep being in that kind of situation?
That's where therapy comes in, I guess.
Okay, so you see, that's why I feel like you're just wasting your time.
I still don't say you're wasting your time.
Okay.
So to you now, situationship has no definition.
It has no definition.
It doesn't make sense.
Yes.
You who say it makes sense.
I didn't say it makes sense.
You say it makes sense to some people.
Exactly.
To people. So how would you define situationship? What's your definition? Since you say it's not, it makes sense to some people. So, and you say people who go through trauma can. What exactly is a situationship then?
Okay. To me, a situationship is the involvement or the entanglement between people, right? For sometimes it may not be for a particular purpose or for a reasonable purpose, right? Like she said. And other times it may be just to gain pleasure. We humans are actually pleasure beings. Like we like pleasure in every kind of form, right? So it may just be for that time. Like I said, it may just be I'm just getting out of the relationship and I got heartbroken. I'm very sad about it and everything, and my heart is shattered. I still want to get involved with somebody, but not on that level. So that is where the situationship comes in. Okay, right. I still want to love, but then let me and you love each other, but let's not go too deep because of what happened to me last time.
So how do you love in a situationship? And then, sorry to cut you. You also mentioned pleasure. when you say pleasure, are you talking sex?
Sex, sex, emotional pleasure, and all
Is
forms.
there pleasure in emotional?
Of course.
So if you say someone gets into a situationship to heal, maybe you've had a bad experience and then no, you're not even healing. You didn't say to heal. So you've had a bad experience and then you now want to get into something else with someone, for pleasure. Let's assume sex, and then but you also said emotional pleasure. That means you are getting your emotions involved again. And you just got burnt.
Again.
So is there really love in situationship?
I use the phrase. It says surface level. Surface level.
The surface level love.
Relax. Let me. Maybe it's the words I'm using, but
Okay.
a situationship is not just for the main purpose of having sex. You know that, right?
Okay.
Because there's friends with benefits for that.
Exactly. I was gonna come to that.
So a situationship is just basically a relationship without the tag. Do you know that?
Oh wow.
That's what it means.
Without,
It just means
without
you
the
guys
tag
are
of
doing.
that.
Listen,
Oh,
it means you
we're
guys
in a
are doing
relation- we are in a
things.
relationship.
It means you guys are doing things that people in relationships do, but you don't carry the tag. That means you don't carry the boyfriend,
No
girlfriend
title.
tag, the husband, that kind of thing.
So what's the essence of it?
Well, I don't know why people do it though, but
Hey, let's put a pin on that.
Exactly.
So
I don't
what's
mind.
friends with benefits?
Okay. Friends with benefits is just basically friends that have probably having sex with each other. It ends there.
What's your take?
People having sex with each other and gaining something, benefiting something from it. Probably on both sides. Could be the lady benefiting from the guy or the guy benefiting from the lady.
Because
Or both of them are benefiting from each other.
From each other. So
Yeah.
it doesn't really have to be. Does it have to be sex? It doesn't really have to be sex, does it?
Not all the time.
Not all the time.
The benefits there is not a fixed benefits. In some cases the benefits could be financial benefits. In some cases it could be sexual benefits. In some cases just be benefits of companionship.
Yes, I agree with you.
Okay. So we've talked about situationship, we've talked about friends with benefits. So what about it's complicated?
You see that one?
What is that one?
I still don't know how they came about it. It does not make any
See,
sense.
the very first
to me.
time I saw
What
that
is-
thing
it is
was on
complicated.
Facebook. I saw that thing for the first time.
Yes,
on
and
Facebook.
you know what they say? What's
You
a relationship?
can push your status.
Your
there.
status, yes. And
You
then,
are
right?
single, married, in a relationship, or it's complicated.
It's
And
complicated.
that's the way I first saw that thing.
You are either in
That
a
was like many years
relationship
ago.
or
Or
not.
not. So what
Yeah.
qualifies for it is complicated?
Okay, this is complicated thing. There's actually about 3 forms of it. If a person tells you if you are in talks with somebody, right, it's probably someone new, and they tell you they are or you ask them if they're in a relationship, and they tell you it's complicated. Sometimes, right, it can mean that okay, I'm in a relationship, but if you act right, you can get me and you can make me break up with this person.
Hey, wait.
Listen, other times it can mean I'm involved with this person, but it's still rocky. I don't know where it's going yet, but let's see how it goes, that kind of thing. And other times, right, it can mean that they're actually not in any relationship. Probably they're just even having sex with somebody and they feel okay, something's gonna happen from there, right? So they feel okay. If I say I'm single, right? How about this person I'm having sex with? I have hopes that I'm gonna have something more than just sex with this person. So it's a bit complicated, but let's see how it goes, that kind of thing.
Wow. Wow. What do you say about that?
Please. It is either you are in a relationship or not. If you are dating someone that is disturbing you or someone that is not giving you peace of mind, it's either you end it
And what do you
and
mean?
look for another person than be in a relationship and say it's complicated while you have another person trying to get you.
Wait, something just came to my mind now.
Okay.
There are some people who are in relationships and let's assume you are male and I'm female, and then we are having a relationship. It's possible that you think we are having a relationship and I don't think that we are having.
That's why it needs
Some
to
people
be
are
defined.
having relationships with themselves.
Yeah, you
So
see,
I guess
there's something like
that
I like
was
to say a lot.
complicated.
There's something I like to say a lot. It's in pidgin, right? No claim who no claim use.
Exactly.
Just means
Hey!
don't see.
Exactly.
In a general context, it just means don't overestimate yourself in people's lives, right? And in the context of relationships, it just means don't think of what this is more than what it is. If you are pushing for a relationship with somebody and the person has made it clear to you, either by their actions or by the words of their mouth, they've made it clear that they don't want this thing you want. My dear, please run. Don't put your heart on the line. Don't put your heart on the line. Don't say, okay, this person likes me, I like him. Even if he says he's not ready for a relationship, something can still happen afterwards. You now start to act like you're in a relationship, going as far as being faithful to that person, or man, you just break your heart yourself with your own hands, really.
So what's this complicated? So that means what do you think is complicated? It's complicated. There is no complication. It's like we are the ones complicating issues ourselves. Exactly. There's no complication. It's either you are in a relationship or not. So what is an entanglement?
Okay. Entanglement, based on what I know, entanglement is just basically a form of relationship or a form of situationship that you find hard.
Situationship has form again.
See, these
things are together.
Exactly.
They just have the same meaning.
An entanglement can mean a form of situationship or relationship where you find it hard to let this person go. So like I entangle with this person. It's like when something tangles, right? Mm-hmm. It's hard to lose itself, right? So that's basically what it means. That's
so why go into it in the first place?
Why should it be hard?
Well, most times people don't see these things coming, really.
Oh,
because
some people you see why I said if you want to have fun, please just have fun once and go. Don't say, oh, because I like it with this person, it was good today, I'll try it tomorrow again. And when you try tomorrow, you keep trying, and that's where it leads to that entanglement you're talking about. And you find out that you can't walk away from it. You are stressing yourself, you are giving yourself too much wahala. Why are you going into it?
But it's funny.
Sorry,
it's funny.
Why can't you walk away? Why?
It's hard for some people.
Is it easy to remove yourself from pleasure?
Okay, so if it's pleasure, and you are finding it pleasurable,
the person will do something that they don't enjoy doing. So if I'm with somebody and I'm having constant sex and I'm getting basically relationship benefits or doing stuff that people in relationships do, stuff that I like, it actually be hard to remove myself from that kind of thing.
But that's on one side. But on the other side, it's not everyone who is in a relationship that is really happy with the relationship.
True.
And maybe for one reason or the other, maybe they feel like okay, it's time for me to settle down, and then this guy looks okay, he looks put together, he has money, okay, this is someone that can work for me, can take care of me. But really, they don't like that person. Or let me say, they are not in love with that person. But they just feel like,
it's just for pleasure.
Yeah, they just feel like, it's the right candidate. Okay, let's see how it works. This one can take care of me or something. So it's not like their heart is really involved in that kind of thing. Yeah. And then it also goes for men too. I don't even understand men. That's like they I don't know how many relationships a regular guy has. I think a regular guy has his primary relationship, which is the relationship gangan, that everybody know that
the actual one.
Yeah, the actual one. This is the main babe. And then they have different forms of this situationship. It's complicated. They're friends with benefits, entanglements, all that and all that.
Let me speak from a man's point of view.
Okay.
It is easier for us to actually have these things because biologically, I know. See, most of the things I say, I don't actually expect you to agree because you're women and I'm a guy, I'm man, But you see, I like to say something. I like to back up my sayings or my facts with science or studies, right? Because I do a lot of research. He said something like, what did you say? He said something like men have, when we are in actual primary relationships, we are able to do this, do that, have one kind of entanglement. Or
I said the regular guy has a main relationship. Then he has these other forms of entanglement, situationship, friends with Ben. So the regular guy he has like 5 relationships in one person.
Alright. I am not justifying that though.
Okay.
But I'm saying it is the reason why it's easy for us to do that and not catch feelings in the process is because that is how we were wired. That's our biological makeup.
We are wired not to catch feelings.
No, we are wired. See, if I begin to go in this thing too deep, I'm going to start bringing a lot of scientific terms and everything. But that's not the reason for this right now. But I'm just going to say this: we are wired that way because first, women are known to be the primary or primary producer of this hormone called oxytocin, right?
Okay.
Oxytocin is a bonding hormone,
Okay.
right? But men, on the other hand, don't release that until, in most cases, we actually don't even release that. But in cases where we do, we only do that after.
How can you say you don't release it? So
I didn't say
you
that.
are trying to say that men don't have feelings. That's what you are trying to say.
No,
now.
I'm not saying we don't have feelings. I'm saying no. Please don't put a star by one word I did not say.
Okay.
Listen, I am only saying the reason why you are able to see that we are able to do these things. We have a relationship and we are having flings outside, this, that, and not catch feelings in the process. Unlike you women, it's because that is how we are wired biologically. We are. I don't know how to say this in a way that you understand, because without using scientific terms, rather. But according to the way we were wired, it is easy for us to detach emotionally from whatever activities we have going on with people, right? That's why you can see a man have 10 women he's having stuff with, and he has one woman at home that he loves so much. Meanwhile, he's just doing these things just for the pleasure.
Can I give my
but
opinion?
women on the other
Can I
hand,
give my opinion?
a woman can just have a friendship
Relax.
entanglement with somebody, and next thing you know, after like just two cases of where they meet this person, and they're already catching feelings. Like, why?
Should I give my opinion on that?
What is your opinion?
Okay, I am of the opinion that it is the men's fault, because when you approach a woman, you approach a woman with, I like you, please, I like you, I want to be, all those rhymes, all those things that you guys say, and then you lead the lady on, you lead her on, so she start having expectations in her head. And that's one thing I don't like. I always say to men that if you want to be with a woman just for sex, tell her.
Just make your intentions known.
Tell her that, we're just, I like you, I want us to be having sex, to give each other pleasure and all that. And if she agrees, fine. If she doesn't agree, the person that we agree with,
move on to the next person. Simple.
Don't go saying, man, my mom will love you. I love your cooking. God.
My sister,
you are the best. They are the best woman I've ever met. They are the most beautiful.
Okay.
It is not necessary.
Okay, thank God you said.
It is very, very unnecessary. I would appreciate if men start going to the point.
Okay.
And stop saying that it's a lie. It's a lie. Women, they like lies. It's like,
Men,
no. We don't like
guys
lies. We don't
change
like
that
lies.
narrative. We don't like lies.
And don't think that women just catch feelings. Let me tell you, there are women who don't catch feelings too. We catch feelings when we want to catch feelings. So don't think that it's only feelings we know how to catch.
The man must have said something
that we make her catch feelings. If she knows that,
catch feelings like
exactly.
that.
If she knows that,
that was so naively spoken.
No,
that's not it.
If you say we are just having fun,
Have you not met men that will tell you things that, sometimes the lady could be in that mood.
Why would you lie?
I just want to hear
Because of
somebody.
sex.
I just want to hear someone tell me, I love you. Do you know how sometimes it makes a lady feel?
Exactly.
So you can just walk up to a lady, probably she's in that feeling that, okay, she wants to hear that thing, and then he will just tell her, you're so beautiful, I love you, and then the lady will just start blushing and she starts having feelings for that guy.
Exactly, especially someone who
meanwhile he doesn't mean any of those things.
Who's never had people say, because I even know of a case
like that.
of someone, and I'm not even talking a young woman. This is a mature woman, She married this certain man, because the man said, I love you. And she said that he's the first person that will tell her I love you in 20 years, something like that. And for that sole reason, she must marry that man, whether the man is true or fake. Because other people were like, this man is not good enough for you. But she didn't care. She said that's the first man that's going to tell me I love you. So you see, if the man doesn't say I love you, if the man say, I like your bum, I want to get there, or I like your breast, or I just like you are fine, or I just want to show you.
Okay.
Let the woman know that is it, but don't go dilly-dallying, don't go lying just for sex. And then when you are done with having sex, you now take a walk. It's not nice, really.
All right. So the conclusion now of all this being said, what you guys are saying now is that we should be more plain with you guys.
Be plain. And the
I hope you guys can hear.
The line of women like lies is a lie. Women don't like lies. Or if some lie, well, not all women like lies. I mean, not these days.
Please.
Not these days. You just go straight to the point. This is what I want, and then if the woman agrees, yeah. If she doesn't, you move on. There are so many men and so many women.
That's true.
So having identified these different forms of ships now let's talk about how they affect the primary relationship, the original relationship. So how do they affect the relationship?
They affect, there won't be peace in that relationship. Let's start with that. Why? Because you feel like, for instance now, maybe you've said something with whoever you are in an entanglement with, and then you come back to your man. I'm saying man because I'm using myself as an example. And then you come back to your man and you say, remember that thing I told you about and that? And then the man will be like, what did you tell me about? You are giving your partner I'm looking for the word. You start making your partner think that, okay, this person is cheating. And then you start having issues. It will bring issues in the relationship. So please, in order to avoid all of those issues, trust issues, there's no point being in an entanglement or a complicated situationship, whatever.
Aside from your primary relationship. Okay. So Emmanuel, what do you think?
So I believe, when these things become habits, it might actually affect your relationship, your primary relationship moving forward. Because like I said, it has become a habit now. It's something you're used to. That when you now get into a primary relationship with somebody, sometimes or maybe oftentimes you're always willing to go back to that kind of lifestyle, or maybe you are now used to because it has become a habit for you. You are now used to detaching yourself emotionally from those kind of things. So it will be difficult for you to not detach yourself emotionally from a primary relationship because it's a habit already. Do you get it?
Okay, let's look at it this way. My own take. Don't you think that all these ships, situationships, friends with benefits, entanglement, don't they think they are even a threat to the primary relationship? Like they are a threat to even having a relationship that most people, let me not say most people anyway, like people these days would rather be in a situationship or a friends with benefits or, one other kind of ship than a real serious committed relationship. Like people are running away from commitment these days, running away from having a committed relationship and all the things that follow it, and they'll just rather have maybe friends with benefits. We are just cool and then we are just having fun, having sex, and then no obligations. I'm not obligated to do this. I don't have to call you in the night. I don't have to call you next morning. I don't have to send an SMS. I don't have to buy a birthday gift. Like it's stressful. Don't you think these ships are posing a threat to the real relationship, so to say?
Well, like you said in the beginning, relationships are not for the weak.
Yeah.
I can agree with that anytime, any day, really, because firstly, for someone like myself, if I'm trying to, get my life together and everything, and I'm now involved with somebody romantically, because time I'm supposed to use to actually better myself and all that, I would have to start splitting it in some type of way so I can share with this person and everything. At some point, if anything, it will actually slow down my progress or whatever progress I'm trying to make.
Bless you.
And that's just it. And when you say pose a threat, I don't think it does. I don't think it does, because there's a I feel like there has to be a period where you're able to put this sort of demarcation between these things. So as a person, I feel like there has to be a point where you're able to, stop things abruptly. When you realize that they're no longer serving you, or basically that. Because if it gets to the point where there has now become a habit that you're not now able to now, put a stop to these things, it now begins to affect your relationship moving forward. That's a problem.
Must you even have it in the first place?
No, you don't get to say. You don't get to say. Really.
How?
You don't get to say that. Why would you say must you even have it in the first place?
If you
don't even know the reason why they're having it in the first place.
You don't even need to have a reason.
When you are in a relationship, a primary, let's even leave
you
primary
both are
and
having
secondary.
confirmation bias right now.
No. When you are in a relationship, why do you need to have a situationship or a friends with benefit or it's complicated.
You have to
or
make
that,
up your mind.
You know? Because whatever you are looking for in all of that, you can find in that relationship, except you are with someone you don't want to be with.
How do I say this now that I don't get attacked again?
Try.
Okay. Like you said, relax now. Like you said, okay. There's a clear difference between situationships and relationships. Situationships, you basically do what people in relationships do, but you don't carry the tag, right? Not carrying that tag, the tags alone can actually be a burden, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
The tag can be a burden, but when you know that, okay, yes, I'm just involved with this person, but that tag is not holding me down. I can choose to not be accountable to you. I can still live my life. I can still do what I want to do, but I don't have to, because I'm not your girlfriend or I'm not your boyfriend. There's that sort of like, you know, I don't know if to call it happiness or something like that.
Happiness.
Relax, because like I said, if you know that you're not accountable to somebody, like you're sort of like free, but that accountability, but that tag is like a caging kind of. It's like it cages you. If you get what I'm saying.
But when you talk about freedom, you know it works both ways.
What do you mean?
Just the way that you feel free, that you can do other stuff, the other person can do other stuff as well.
Well, everybody's free to do other stuff.
You want to say something?
but like I always say, there's no one size fits all to everything, you know. But it doesn't mean that's the way it should be. You know, if you're in a situationship, you can infuse your own rules into it. Now, if I'm in a situationship with you, I can decide, okay, let's be accountable to each other. Let's
in a situation.
let this be exclusive. No, I'm just giving examples.
Let it be
Let
exclusive.
this be exclusive. You know, these are some of the rules people can make. Really, it's not your place to judge or to say, okay, you can't do this, you can't do that. It is their relationship or situationship, not yours.
It seems like to me,
not your
I may be
place.
wrong, but it seems like you are advocating for situationship.
Not really.
You do not see anything bad
Not
in
really. Like, no, see.
Because if you are going to, what we are talking
Everything
about
I say
now,
about these things, I'm not saying whether it's bad or not. I'm just saying people have different reasons for doing stuff. So it is not your place to say, okay, this is wrong. Because once you say that, I believe they're actually speaking from a moral standpoint.
yeah.
Because if this doesn't make sense to you morally, so that means this is not the way it should be. No. You don't get to say that. You know, if people feel good about something, let them do it. As long as they're not hurting anybody in the process. Let them be happy.
Really, if you have a relationship, a committed relationship, should you have the other ships? Do you need the other ships?
Well, need. I don't need. Need is a
It's a strong term.
yeah. Because when you say need,
Anyway,
you know, people actually go into relationships for different reasons. People cheat for different reasons. So if there's a need, I don't know.
I was going to say that, you know, I think the way people get into this situationship, friendship, is when something is lacking in their primary relationship.
Some cases, right?
In some cases, yes, when something is lacking, so they look for that thing elsewhere, and that's what births all these friends with benefit situation. My thinking, I don't know. I just feel, because I feel like if you're in a committed relationship, you know, a loving, committed, you're satisfied, your partner, you are in sync, everything is fine, sex is fine, you know, and all that. Why is there a need for any other thing? Why?
You know, some people actually just do stuff just for the fun of it, you know, right?
How long?
Well, how long is dependent on them. But the point is, people do stuff just because they want to do it, just not for any other reason. I've heard cases where people cheat. They're in a stable relationship, everything is going fine, the sex is great, everything is great, but they still cheat. Why?
Why?
Because just because.
For the fun of it.
Exactly.
Like you always say, okay.
I'm not going to justify cheating. No, I'm not justifying cheating, but some cases where people cheat, if you look at the reasons, you will see that it doesn't make any sense. You will see that.
Yeah. Maybe it's just for flavor.
Flavor.
For added flavor. What's your take?
See, if you know you are not ready to be in a committed relationship, you're not ready for commitment, you're not ready for all the, like you said, relationship is not for the weak.
It is not.
If you know you're not ready for everything that comes with that relationship thing, then please just continue with your situationship. Because if you want to be in a relationship and you are still doing that, it will affect your relationship in so many ways. Even you, the person doing the situation, you will not have peace.
You will tire yourself.
I mean, so why stress yourself? Why go through all of that? If you want to do situationship, do. If you want to stop it and know that, okay, I'm going into a committed relationship. I'm doing this and this is what I want to do. I will tolerate everything that comes with it. I will work with it. I'll be fine with it. I won't do any situationship or entanglement.
If you are in a serious relationship and you see something that is better,
something that is better
is in a situation where you are in a serious relationship with someone who's not your spec, and then your spec
why are you in a serious relationship?
Why are you God bless you?
Why? My spec was not around the corner. He didn't come, and then you fall in love, or sometimes look, it's really complicated. Really, it's complicated because sometimes not everyone who goes into a relationship because they are in love with the other person. You could just be that, this person is nice, or you could just be that, this guy is disturbing me. Let me give him a chance.
Try.
Or this guy's money will take care of me. They are just different things. Or for the guys, it might be that she's pretty, she's well packaged. Okay, let me try her. There might be different reasons. There might be different.
You've not made up your mind.
Exactly. So you go into a relationship with someone, and then at the end of the day, you now find you just got something to mind now. That is why some people will be in a relationship with someone for 10 years or something like that, and then you now just hear that they got married to somebody else who they just met 3 months ago. So what is that? Tell me, what is that? Because you've been in a committed relationship for 10 15 years, and then you now get married to someone you just met 3-4 months ago. So what is that exactly? How did that happen? So this person you've been dating for 10 years, what was going on? And then is it also possible for you, is it possible for a situationship or friends with benefit to graduate to a primary relationship?
Absolutely, 100%. It's very possible. In fact, in some cases, it happens. It happens, yeah.
Okay, I don't know if I've seen any case, but I'll agree with you. It's possible.
It actually is now, because when you're in a situationship, like I said,
that's being in a situationship without an actual relationship.
Yeah.
A situationship, then to graduate to serious,
without you being in another relationship.
Yeah, from a side meal to a main meal.
Then that's possible. Yes, I agree.
That's possible,
yes, it's possible.
So what do we say now? So these different ships, we all agree now that they affect your relationship, the main relationship, in one way or the other. Either they take your focus away from the main relationship, or they deter you from going into a real relationship, or they just ruin the relationship at the end of the day. So I guess it's like I always say, it's individuality as well. So it depends on the person. It depends on what you want, and how you want to go about it. So I'm not going to say here that this is wrong or this is right. So I'm not going to judge. I'm just going to say that you do what works for you.
As long as you're not hurting anybody in the process.
That is key.
That.
As long as you're not hurting anybody in the process, and as long as you're not lying. You are not lying.
I've been meaning to say something.
You are not lying.
I've been meaning to say something. Look, if, like I said, no claim. If you are pushing for something and you know this other person doesn't want it, right?
How would you know? Because sometimes the other person may not say, I don't want it.
You
just be playing along.
By their actions, you will know.
Yes,
by their actions, you will know. But first, by their inconsistency, by their detachment, you will know. You will actually know, except you just want to turn a blind eye. You will know.
Okay.
Yep.
So you've heard it all, lovers. Do what works for you. I'm not against or for. You just do what works for you. And if you have enjoyed this video, why don't you click the like button,
subscribe,
and leave a comment.
And I'll be seeing you.